Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of a video update on the Innovative Marine 20 gallon. Went ahead and added a second Mighty Jet pump. Those are the 326s. So I have one Mighty Jet to each one of the spin streams. That's creating a lot more flow in this tank, and it really is benefiting. As many people know that follow me, they know that I do micro scrubbing bubbles on this tank. Those come on at 10 o'clock at night, go off at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then again, it comes on at 2:30 in the afternoon till 3 o'clock. That coincides with the ramp up of my light to its maximum. I'll post that in the description below if I can. That is the max spec Jump 165 light. Love it, love its controllability. Now, let's get back to the Mighty Jets. When they're on this tank, what I discovered before I turned them on, let's get back to it. Reason why is my chlorpa wasn't moving in spots in this tank. I had dead spots. Right now you could see it's not moving because I don't have the pumps on. Pretty much to give you a quick overview of the video, since I've added a second pump and with the scrubbing bubbles, the extension on all my euphyllias and just their fluffiness is incredible. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. One of my corals. It's actually a rhodactus mushroom, and you can see actually my discoma's in the front right there. Rhodactus in the back. You can see the Floridas. They're 3 inches under the water in max flow under max light, and they love it. So, you know, everybody says you got to put your mushrooms at the bottom. Mine are at the very top of the tank and thriving. There is a rock flower anemone right there. The Zoa garden it's just taken off. Duncan just got fed, so at least he's coming back out. And you can see all the blastos doing great. All right, let's turn the pumps on. All right, give you a back presentation. You can see all the chlorpa again. It's moving down the sides, down the back. You can actually see some in the back there that is blowing on the side. So you know you're getting movement in the back of the tank. That kind of water movement combined with the scrubbing bottles, I have almost no detritus in this tank at all. It gets taken back to the caddies. Those who have been following know I have a caddy in each side, not the standard one that comes with it, but a caddy for each side. Each one of those caddies has, well, we'll go down the left side caddy first. It has polyfill on the top, directly underneath it a poly pad to keep the fill from getting back into the pump area. An ammonia pad, a nitrate and phosphate pad, Seachem matrix. In the right one, we have polyfill, ChemiPure blue, and that's it. That returns in. Now the big thing about this is when I turn those bubbles on, and I'll go ahead and do it right now. They get to every part of this tank. They also get the slime coat to come off the euphyllias and other corals. And it's basically a protein skimmer at this point. It runs all night long, and I'm changing out the polyfill in the top of the 2 caddies every other day. When it comes out, I am just taking it straight out and putting it right into a cup to throw away. And it takes about a gallon of water a week to refill it when doing that, because I'm not wringing them out. It's like a sponge almost. So when you take them out, you top it off, and there is a top off line right here. Turn off your pumps and fill to that line, which is giving me that extra gallon of water change a week. On Saturdays, I am doing my normal water change, which is 2 gallons. It's a little bit over 10%. So now with 3 gallons being changed a week, even better. That's just helping the tank out. Still dosing the Seachem Advanced, Seachem Iron, Seachem Stability, and the amino acids, 2 little fishies. That's my Saturday routine, dosing, cleaning, the whole 9 yards. And as you can see, the tank is just thriving. The water movement has made just a giant difference in the tank. Detritus levels next to nothing. With the scrubbing bubbles, well, it's a giant protein skimmer, and instead of having to dump a cup, well, you're dumping polyfill. And your corals will appreciate it. At least mine do. You got to be careful. Everybody's got to learn their own tank. Trial and error. Take it slowly when you're doing it. But, you know, it speaks for itself. Now, some of you may be wondering what happened to my elegance that used to be there. It died. No clue what happened to it. It did a bit polyp bailout. I saw it happen when I pulled it out. I looked at it. I don't know why. Some corals do it. We all know that. All my parameters are well within acceptable levels. As you can see, every other coral in here is doing good. I have to wonder if it was not an endo, or when I got at the fragging practice on it, I was a little leery of. But it thrives so good for a month and a half, and then all of a sudden it just crashed. But with everything else doing fine, I'm just going to assume that it was just one of those things that you can't control. I learned early on, you don't try and change the tank to make one animal happy. You try your best for that one animal and make sure the rest of the tank stays happy. And that's, well, that's this tank. I hate losing anything, but you can see how beautiful it is. Now, I know some people are probably going to say, oh my God, what happens if that chloroper goes asexual? It's already happened, and I lost nothing. I watched it happen before my eyes, and I just didn't freak out about it. I kept an eye on the tank, and, well, you can see the chloropa's back and doing great. The dragon's breath, well, that came from that one little 1-inch frag I got 6 months ago, and it is all over this tank now. And there's that one little 1-inch frag that I got, still doing good and still thriving in the other tank. So, dosing works. I'm telling you right now, that dosing works, and it has no ill effect on any of my corals. I've been dosing since day one. You can go back and look at all my other videos to see it. But just thought I'd do an update and say, you know, this is just, what can you say? It's thriving. It's beautiful. I want to get that blue algae, and I want to get some turtle grass to have it growing up the back to give it even more movement. Still got a little ways to go on this tank, but boy, it's coming together and looking great, I think. Hope you all enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Got to call mine today. So, see you on the next video.